check out a brand new book out right now called I'm Sorry This Apology Took So Long by author Tariq Nasheed. Now, this book is a personal chronicle of poetry written about this brother's journey towards finding love in his life, accepting himself, and embarking on his path towards forgiveness and renewal. And as you know, poetry is a way to speak from the heart, so this is a great book if you are a fan of poetry. Check out the book, I'm Sorry This Apology Took So Long, available right now on Amazon and Kindle.
You sitting on the couch, Ashy, you're watching TV, and your life is passing you by. Keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll get my skin together next year, or maybe next semester. No! Do it right now! It'll work with you after work, or you can use it before work. You can do whatever you need to do to use it. Go talk to somebody right now. They have to help you. You spend all day on the phone anyhow. Why don't you go to the website that's going to help you in your future? All you got to do is pick up the phone and go to www.ashkickin.com. Why are you making it complicated? It's easy.
Shop Ash Kickin online at www.ashkickin.com.
Family, check out the brand new audiobook novel entitled Then the Earth Swallowed Them Whole, The Secret of Circular 3591. Now, this thriller novel is about a story that takes place in the 1940s deep in the sundown towns of Florida, where this mysterious document leak caused a bunch of chaos. You want to know what happened? Check out the audiobook. Go to Amazon.com and check it out right now, and be sure to follow the author, E.J. Wade, at official E.J. Wade on Instagram. Then the Earth Swallowed Them Whole, available right now on Amazon.
From the culture of the American South, where roots hold stories, comes a natural deodorant inspired by generations of wisdom. Introducing Rootwork, the all-natural foundational Black American-based deodorant infused with the magic of High John the Conqueror root. Our unique blend, enriched with this legendary root, offers 24-hour protection, rooted in the power of nature. Embrace this deodorant that celebrates culture, history, and your well-being. Unlock the magic of Rootwork today. Experience the pure essence of nature. Visit rootworkstyle.com and make the switch to a healthier, cultural choice.
Pow! What's going on, man? What is happening with the family? Excuse me, how are you guys living? Let me put some more light on myself in here. There you go. How y'all living in here, man? Oh, let me put some of the light down. I don't want it too light in here. What's going on, man? How y'all doing? Well, you know I got the Rootwork sweater on. How you guys living? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm back. I'm back in the home studio. I ain't been in the home studio in a couple of weeks because I was on vacation over there in the lovely Fiji. Shout out to the brothers and sisters over there in Fiji. As you see, I still have a Fijian tan, ladies and gentlemen. I still have my tan from Fiji. We're still a little jet lagged. We're still catching up with our normal time over here. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Glad to have everybody tuning in. I'm going to need y'all to hit that like button. Need you to hit that subscribe button. Oh, what did Roland Martin say? Do you see Roland Martin said my name when? Uh-oh. What did Roland say? Did Roland say something about me? What did Roland say? Uh-oh. So I was kicking it with the Samoans. No, I was kicking it with the Fijians. Wonderful people. Man, the flight was 11 hours. 11-hour flight. And again, if you guys ever get a chance to get over there to Fiji, definitely go over there, man, because the people, phenomenal people over there in Fiji, man. Wonderful people, man. Very hospitable, very friendly, very respectful. Just wonderful people, man. It felt like family over there. Very cool people. Has Derek Cologne reached out to me? Yeah, he wanted, if you look at my channel, there's this debate I had with Derek Cologne about hip hop, and it was a very impromptu debate. It was on the fly. None of us expected to do it. He was on the Brother Red Supreme show. He was calling in, and then I heard him on there lying. So I'm like, man, somebody give me a link so I can get down with this. And we called in, and I gave him that work, and he got upset because his lies weren't ready. He didn't have his lies ready. So he's like, let's do another debate, and let's make it 30 minutes for one round, and then a break, and then a 45-minute Q&A, and then another break, and then we're going to do another back and forth for another. No. He needed time to prepare his lies. I don't need time because I'm standing on truth. Shout out to Red Supreme and others. There's a lot of folks who have channels who's out here debunking that nonsense. Yeah. So yeah, he needed time to prepare the lies, and he wasn't ready. I was hitting him, and he couldn't lie his way out of the stuff I was hitting him with. Yeah. Then he tried that old, well, how come you didn't speak to none of the Puerto Rican pioneers? Because I went out there to the Bronx asking for them, and y'all wouldn't tell me who they were because they don't exist. I went all over the Bronx looking for these pioneers. I'm asking you, Cologne, and all of you other people to connect me with these so-called pioneers, and all y'all did was give me the runaround. So I don't want to hear nothing about how come I didn't contact this person or that person, because they don't exist. They don't exist. When I went out looking for them, all they did was give me the runaround. They don't exist. And that's the point. All right? But yeah, again, we got back from Fiji, had a great time. And again, if you can get out there, definitely get out there. Everybody hit that like button and then hit that subscribe button. Yeah, he was like, how come you didn't go to Crotona Park? To do what? There's some Puerto Rican pioneers there. Who? I'm not going to a park to just look for random people. Tell me who I'm supposed to be looking for. Well, if you go out there, you will see. I mean, come on. Just silly ass talk. It ain't? So I went on and called that nonsense out. Yeah, Fiji's beautiful, man. Beautiful, 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 man. The food is phenomenal out there, too. Yes, I do want to go back to London, man. Shout out to my London family, man. I would love to go back out there to the UK. My UK people, let's make it happen. Holler at the Home Office and see what's going on. It's impossible for me to get in touch with somebody there, man. Calling people at the Home Office in the UK, it's ridiculous. You go through a lot of running around. So my UK people, especially if we have some UK lawyers out there, holler at me, man, so I can, because, for those who don't know, the UK, I'm banned from going to the UK. They just randomly banned me. They didn't really give a legitimate reason. Their only reason was very vague. It's like my presence is not conducive to the good of the society there, meaning I think I speak too much about white supremacy, but shit, it's real. White supremacy is very real. So yeah, they put a ban on me there, and I would love to get the ban lifted because, usually they ban people for all types of extreme acts. I haven't done anything extreme, nor have I said anything extreme. Pointing out systematic anti-black racism is a reality. You understand? You want to check Fiji out, man? Definitely go, man. Definitely get out there to Fiji. I'm telling you, the food is phenomenal. It's a bunch of black folks out there. The Aboriginal people are a bunch of black folks with afros, textured hair, beautifully melanated skin, and they understand their African genetics. They're very aware of it and very proud of it, to be honest. I stayed in a couple of spots, but we stayed in an Airbnb that was so tight. Y'all saw it in the Airbnb. And they had a cook for us. There was a sister there who was a cook. Wonderful lady. Reminded me of an auntie. Beautiful sister. She was there just helping out and making phenomenal meals. And yeah, the Fijians are mad cool people, man. Everywhere I went, it was nothing but respect. All love and all respect there. The only negative thing I would say is just the insects. That the mosquitoes are a beast out there. I will say that. Them mosquitoes ain't nothing to play with. You are in the tropics. It's very tropical out there. So you got to have your mosquito repellent on lock. If you have children, make sure they're good, because my baby girl, little Amira Love, Amira is still scarred up from the mosquito bites. Her little legs are toe up. The mosquitoes are not a joke. That's the only negative, literally the only negative. It was tearing up Amira. My lady was tearing her ass up. She was going nuts because she kept getting bit up. I was getting bit up, but I kept, the little the ointments and stuff on me. They didn't bite my mom. My mom wasn't getting bitten. But get your mosquito repellent if you go out there. But again, a beautiful place, man. Beautiful place. And what's interesting, the Fijian dude, I posted one of the dudes. This dude looked like he could be a relative. Hold on, where's that picture of dude? Hold on. I had one brother, there's a lot of folks I ran into out there. But this one cat here, hold on, where's this picture? Hold on, this one cat, where's this picture? Where's this picture? Right here. Man, this dude here looked like he could be a relative. Look at that. So we're over in a village. Yeah, brother, he had the full FBA hairline. You dig? This dude looked like he could be a relative. Looked like a mix of me and Usher. All right. So yeah, solid folks out there, man. Real good people out there. Real good people, real cool folks. Extremely friendly people. Yeah. But we got a lot of folks in here. But we almost got 4,000 people in here already. Let's get a lot of folks in here. Everybody retweet this. Let everybody know that we're live right now. Retweet it. Let everybody know that we're live. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Now, got to talk about the Katt Williams interview on Club Shay Shay, on Shannon Sharp's podcast on YouTube. When we say somebody broke the internet, that absolutely broke the internet. My wife, she said, it's my wife texting. She was like, she's watching. We did put on mosquito repellent. We went to the store to try different ones, and they didn't work for them, which is true. My wife did try different repellents, and they were tearing her ass up. Her legs would toe up. She was about to have a nervous breakdown. She was getting eaten up by them damn mosquitoes. Yeah. But first broadcast of the year here. But anyway, going into the Shannon Sharp and Katt Williams. Boy, Katt Williams broke the internet. When you talk about somebody breaking the internet, Katt Williams broke the internet. Did Katt Williams drop a bunch of truth bombs on Hollywood? We know he had a lot of stuff to say about the comedians and all of that, but just the bigger picture of what Katt was talking about. He was talking about just how the game is in Hollywood. A lot of truth bombs were dropped. After Katt did the interview, boy, a lot of the people he discussed, they started running to the internet making videos. Katt had a lot of people kind of scrambling to the internet to kind of tell their side. Several people have made videos. Joe Torre has made Guy Torre, Guy Torre, and shout out to Guy. I met Guy Torre, comedian. He made a video. Just so many people. Ice Cube then made a video. Ricky Smiley then made some videos talking about his response to it. I think Michael Blackson might have said something. So he's been, Katt was hitting everybody. Katt was going in on everybody. Now, some stuff was exaggerated. The Kevin Hart responded Him and his guys, they were kind of cracking jokes during the game. But, Katt was saying some pretty interesting stuff. Now, again, some of the stuff, we got to understand when some things are exaggerated. Just some of the minute things, like when Katt said when he was a kid, he read 3,000 books a year. Now, that might have been a little exaggerated. 3,000 books a year? We got to understand when something could be a little exaggerated. Yeah, Faison Love then came out with a couple of videos responding. You see, he went in on Faison. He said, "You're a fat Faison lied." Damn, Katt was going in. Again, when Katt said he was he was accepted into college at 7, something like that was that. Little stuff like that, little exaggerations here and there. But a lot of stuff that he was saying, a lot of stuff has been corroborated by other people. He was talking a lot about how jokes are stolen from certain comedians by more established comedians, and these comedians will take jokes and go and present them to the network or whatever and get shows off of concepts of other comedians. He just talked about the cutthroat nature of how certain people who are in, how they are clicked up, and it's a very cutthroat game. He talked about how it was a very cutthroat game. Went in on Tiffany Haddish a little bit, went in on her. Mentioned Gary Owens. Gary Owens did a video, but he said some stuff about it, how some stuff that Steve Harvey stole from Mark Curry, and then there's old videos of Mark Curry kind of corroborating a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of being corroborated. Now, there was a video of Ricky Smiley, and I'm cool with Ricky Smiley. I've been on Ricky Smiley's show before a few times, so shout out to Ricky Smiley. There was the video of Ricky Smiley crying. Some people are saying that he was crying because he was getting roasted by Katt. I don't know if that was it. Ricky Smiley, he did lose his son not too long ago, so that might have had something to do with Ricky Smiley crying. We don't know. Yeah, he said something about Ludacris, how, they went in to like an Illuminati meeting and offered $200 million, something like that. So, again, Katt was hitting everybody. But here's the thing. And it's like Katt Williams' revenge. Because understand, when Katt was very hot in Hollywood, early 2000s, when the movie Friday After Next came out, Katt made that movie. He went on Trick Daddy, and then Trick Daddy responded. That was funny. Trick Daddy responded. Because Katt made some jokes about Trick Daddy. So Katt has everybody scrambling out here making videos responding. Ludacris made a diss song. It's all over the place. Yeah, Earthquake caught a stray. Everybody was catching strays. All right? Everybody was catching strays. But understand, when Katt Williams made the movie Friday After Next, Katt Williams was hungry at the time, basically homeless, and he corroborated the story that what's his name said. What's his name? What's the buff guy's name? Why am I having a brain fart? The guy who played Damon. What's his name? Why am I having a brain fart? So Chris Tucker hasn't responded. Give me the guy's name. I'm having a brain fart. I'm having an old nigga brain fart right now. What's the guy who played Damon? Terry Crews. I don't know why I couldn't think of Terry Crews' name. Yeah, when he said Cedric the Entertainer looks like a walrus, that was funny. So Terry Crews said that Katt was homeless at the time, and Katt kind of corroborated that story when they did Friday After Next. But Katt Williams made that movie. He carried that movie. That was Katt Williams' movie. Katt Williams stole that movie. He carried that movie. He made that movie pop off, that character. And Katt was the hot guy in Hollywood. He was the next guy up. But Katt, he said he saw some things in Hollywood, as you do, and he started to call out a lot of stuff that you see in Hollywood. He's calling stuff out, which I believe. When you start getting up there and they start letting you in those doors, you see certain things, and they want to see how much they can get away with you there. You dig? Yeah, he said something about Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. But when Katt started to expose a lot of stuff in Hollywood, that's when they did the wacko jacko treatment, meaning that they'll turn on you and then just start bombarding you with negative stories and targeting with law enforcement. They all corroborate and they all start attacking you and doubling down on you and dogpiling on you. And they did that to our brother Katt. He got a ton of negative press. They were doing things where they were trying to take his kids away from him. Y'all remember this stuff? They were going after the brother, man, heavy. Early 2000s, they were going after Katt very, very heavily. Yeah? And they tried to break the brother. Portraying him as crazy and all of this stuff. They were trying to break him. But here's the thing with Katt. They couldn't break Katt. See, they'll try to besmirch you and make you not marketable. They tried to make him look crazy. That's how they get folks out of here. They portray you as a psycho in the media so that you will no longer be marketable, so nobody would want to deal with you within the industry. The thing is, Katt Williams always understood how to stay grounded with the grassroots. He never allowed himself to get strayed away from the grassroots like a lot of other comedians do. A lot of comedians, once they get in there, they ain't thinking about the grassroots. They're running around those Hollywood circles, and that's what it is. Katt has always been grounded with the grassroots. Katt has always had an ear to the streets for real, for real, for real. And this is why we've always told you, man, there's power in being connected to the grassroots. When you have that grassroots backing, they can't treat you like they do other people. You understand? They cannot do you like they do other people. You see? And the thing is, Katt had that grassroots audience, so if they want to besmirch his image in the white media, Katt can still go sell out a show because he's still got the streets. You see? Katt has always been connected to the street dudes. When I met Katt years ago, I met him with some street dudes outside of the Improv in Hollywood. Katt was with some street cats I knew from the Bay, some real solid dudes, so I knew he was a solid cat. So Katt used to hit me up, and Katt had, at the time, and I think this was before Friday. This was before he was in Friday. He was doing the comedy circuit real heavy, and Katt told me he had a room. This is when my book, The Art of Mackin', just came out, so it was huge. The book was huge, and he loved the book, and Katt wanted me to come do a show he did at the Hollywood Park Casino on Century. He had a room there, a comedy room there, but he had something, I forgot how he described it to me. It was a comedy thing, but it was almost like a talk show setting where he would have guests, and he wanted me on there to promote the book. And I would always say, yeah, I'm going to do it, but at the time, some shit always kept coming up. I kept having to go out of town, so there was a lot of shit coming up, and every time I saw him, he would call me out on that shit. You lied to me, Pimpin'. I was like, no, shit, I didn't lie to you. I had to go out of town. So he would always call me out on that shit. But he was always a solid fucking dude. Katt has always been a solid dude. Katt has always been a solid dude. Always. Always. And he's always had that street connect. And shout out to Red Grant. That's one of his right-hand men. Red Grant is my guy. Red Grant spoke at the Rally for Reparations last year. He spoke at the Rally for Reparations last year. Yeah? And the thing is, the Hollywood system couldn't bury Katt Williams. They couldn't bury him. They couldn't destroy him. Katt Williams, to this day, this man can go do a comedy show at an arena, sell out an arena. The man can go sell out an arena right now without any mainstream press. All right? So he survived Hollywood. Yeah? He survived that. And Katt helped out a lot of people too. You hear a lot of stories about Katt helping out a lot of people, which he did. Helped put a lot of people on. He has those grassroots connections. That's why the Hollywood game, they always want you to do something. Let me tell you something. One of the reasons why Hollywood wants black entertainers, they want them to do weird ass stuff so that you can be disconnected with the grassroots. All right. One thing they want you to do, they want to throw a bunch of white women at you. And the grassroots, they're going to look at that funny when you got Negroes up here all booed up with white women. When you start doing that, the grassroots are going to look at you funny style. Also, when niggas start putting on dresses, when you start wearing them dresses, the grassroots going to look at you funny. You understand? When you put on them dresses, the dominant white society, they understand that the grassroots is going to start backing up a little bit. Yeah. So that's why when you start putting on them dresses, you become beholden to Hollywood because you can't really go back to them streets. You can't go back to the streets and you didn't have a damn dress on. You understand what I'm saying? What's the guy who was in Big Mama's house? Brandon T. Jackson. He kind of regretted putting that dress on because he knows now. He has regrets about putting the dress on in Big Mama's house. He was like, damn, man, I don't. And he said Katt even hollered at him about that. Like, Katt told him, man, don't do that. And he did it, and now, he kind of feels a certain way. You can't really run them streets like that no more, and you on a big screen in a dress. You understand? You feel me? Yeah, it's like a humiliation ritual. It's like buck breaking. When we say buck breaking, that's what we mean, buck breaking. Once they get you in that dress, they got you. And then when they throw a scandal at you, you can't hit them streets no more. So then you got to start apologizing. I'm sorry that I was looking at them white women when I went in the meeting. I made the white women uncomfortable when I was looking at them. I'm sorry. You got to start apologizing. You see? When you wear that dress, notice a lot of times when these dudes put on a dress or something feminine, all of a sudden, some charges are thrown at them. Somebody's making my point here. Remember, when, why am I having brain farts? The brother who was just on trial. The guy who's dating Megan Good. What's his name? I'm having old nigga brain farts right now. I'm getting so old. My brain, I'm having short-term memory loss. What's the brother's name? Y'all got to help me. Y'all got to help me, family. I need your help tonight because I can't remember nothing. Jonathan Major. That's his name. Jonathan Major. Remember, right before Jonathan Major got these charges thrown at him, they had him all on ebony in them little frilly, moist outfits. All right? They were dampening him up. He didn't go full moist, but they were dampening him. They were dampening him up. They were getting him damp. But a Young Thug. Yeah, they had Young Thug running around in dresses. Now he's on trial. Yeah? Young Thug is on trial right now. Yeah? So I need some sea moss. Real shit. But yeah, they throw them dresses on you. It's hard to come back to them streets. And we did a movie, Buck Breaking, and you guys really have to go see the movie Buck Breaking. Get the movie Buck Breaking because that movie is so very important. We're going to be doing a buck breaking 2 soon, ladies and gentlemen. My old lady laughing. We're going to be doing a buck breaking 2 soon because we got to break down some other stuff because people thought we were exaggerating when we did the first buck breaking. Shout out to everybody in here. We got over 6,000 people in here. We in here heavy. Is it the Fiji water? It's something. Boy, I went out there to that island and boy, my memory loss. Lord. But listen, the buck breaking is real. They challenge your manhood. When they bring you in them circles, they gotta break you down. And Katt talks about this in the interview. Yeah, Steve Urkel, when they had him playing Myrtle Urkel, they had him running around in a dress. And the brother Reginald Bill Johnson and the sister who played Harriet, they were trying to talk to Jaleel White behind the scenes, like, hey man, you shouldn't, they shouldn't have this kid in no dress like that. Some of the older folks were trying to say, hey man, that's not cool having this kid in a dress like that. You see? But that ritual is very, very real. In the interview, Katt Williams gave props to our good brother, the beloved, late great Bernie Mac, and talking about how real Bernie Mac was. And he was talking about how Bernie Mac was being undermined. It's that there was a story in Hollywood about how Steve Harvey tried to undermine Bernie Mac. And where's that video? I want to find that video of, and I've always played this video before. Hold on, where's that video? Where they were doing a promo shot. Where's that video? Where's that video? Oh man, where's that video? They tried to, somebody help me out with that video. There was a video where they tried to have the little boy sit on Bernie Mac's lap and Bernie wouldn't do it. Where's that video? Ah, man, where's that video? When I need something, I can't find it. I'm looking for that video. If somebody in the room can find that video, I would like to play that video now. Man, where's that video? There's a video where they told this little boy to sit in Bernie Mac's lap. They were doing some promo shots, and Bernie like, no, we're not going to have him sit in my lap. Can somebody find that link for me, please? Can somebody give me that link? Michael Wharton, if y'all can find that link, that would be great. That would be great, ladies and gentlemen. I want to find that clip just to show you how they try to throw stuff at you and then you got to sidetrack it. Hold on, man. God, I wish I could find that video right now. All right, somebody throw that at me. Is that it right there? Okay, shout out to Michael Wharton. Okay, hold on. Let me grab it. Hold on. It's on TikTok, so let me do this. Hold on. All right, it's on TikTok. Let me do it like this. Where we at? Hold on, it might be a little janky. Let me see. Hold on, I got to do all this login stuff with TikTok. Oh, man, come on, man. Hold on, y'all bear with me. I'm gonna show this clip. All right, come on, man, damn. All right, here it is right here. All right, let me show y'all this. Where they were doing a promo shoot and the execs tried to get the boy. He's not even a little boy. He's kind of a big boy. And he was going to try to make him sit in Bernie Mac's lap. And Bernie Mac was like, no. What are y'all doing? No, that's not going to look right. Right here. All right. This is how solid Bernie was. Hold on.
Y'all ready, gang?
Ready.
Rock real steady.
Actually, on the lap. You're sitting. Did you wait?
No.
Right. See the white women, them white women executives. Yeah, sit on his lap.
Abby, isn't Jeremy on the other side?
Where am I?
No.
No? Okay. Do we have the apple
No, you
box?
put
In case
the
it's
show.
There it is. There it is. See, that's solid. Bernie wasn't playing that buck-breaking nonsense. Shout out to Bernie. Bernie wasn't playing that buck-breaking. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. You ain't sitting on no man's lap. That big old ass boy. And Bernie was like, no. We're not doing that. Yeah? Bernie shut that down real quick. Yeah, that's a young man, yeah. So they will try you. They will absolutely try you. Yeah? That's why you got to stand up and say no. They're going to try you. You have to say no. Yeah, he was a teenager at that point. Now, I'm going to play a little clip of the Katt Williams interview. And Katt said something very interesting about the set of next Friday, about the Money Mike character. Now, this was one of the most interesting parts of the interview for me. When he talked about, and I believe him on this, where the Money Mike character was actually supposed to be raped in the original script. Listen to this. Now, this stood out. This was heavy. All right, hold on. Now, this was heavy to me. And fair use, this is fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use.
The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was.
Okay. So, now some people are saying, well, Ice Cube came out and said there wasn't going to be no rape. No. I don't believe they were going to show the physical act of rape itself, probably, but the implication of him getting raped, I believe that was there. In the movie, when they're in the bathroom and he throws water on Money Mike's face, he gets up and he's like, yeah, I want my fish squirming. That sounds like a rewrite. Let's be real now. Let's be real, because the Cube brought up, and shout out to Cube, I ain't got no problem with Cube, but in the Players Club, there was a brutal rape scene and you didn't see it, but it was implied and it was still brutal in your mind, because in the Players Club, old girl got brutally raped. You heard stuff and then you saw the aftermath, so it was very brutal. Even though you didn't see the physical act, you saw the implication and the aftermath of it, which was just as brutal. In Next Friday, that looks like a rewrite in that scene where he got water thrown at him and he woke up, and now the character Damon was like, yeah, wake up. I like my fish squirming. That sounds like it was a rewrite. Sounds like in the original script, the water was thrown at him to wake him up after he done got raped. You understand what I'm saying? Like the water was thrown on him after the act happened to imply, hey, I just did this to you and let me get revenge by getting these pliers on you. So it sounded like it could have been in that script for real. You understand? And I believe there's some credibility to that, because here's another thing too. Remember, why was Terry Crews in that scene? Why was he playing the heavy villain? Remember, Terry Crews was basically the new Debo. Terry Crews was basically the replacement for Tiny Lister. Remember? That was supposed to be Debo. Why did Tiny Lister not play that role? Let me show you why. Around this time, there's this interview with Tiny Lister, where Tiny was throwing out some subliminals. All right? This is Tiny Lister throwing out some subliminals. about why he wasn't in the movie. I'm thinking this is why he wasn't in the movie. All right? Tiny Lister didn't say no names, but listen to what Tiny said around the same time this movie came out. All right? Some of y'all might have forgot about this interview right here. All right? This came out around the same time as Friday after next. Listen.
I'm the most feared man in Hollywood. They don't like me in Hollywood.
Why do they not like you?
I don't wear dresses. I don't do that gay stuff on TV. You have to get some other black person to do that stuff. I'm talking, that's Gunner. But they all confess they love the Lord. But you cannot compromise yourself if you love the Lord. So I play tough guys, but young kids want to be soldiers. Young kids don't want to follow a guy to wear a dress. You know what I'm talking about.
So he's up here trying to hold his tongue. What you think he was talking about? What do you think he was talking about? I think that's what he's talking about. He saw that script, and I think in the script, again, that was written for him. He read that script and said, hell no. He saw that. I'm thinking he saw that script. I come out of jail and do what? I'm trying to rape dudes? Man, hell no. You see, so a lot of this stuff is being corroborated by other people. They're corroborating a lot of this stuff. Eh? He saw whatever was in that script. He saw all of that and said, no. He wasn't going for that. Yeah? So, yeah. I think there's a lot of truth into what Katt was saying. I think there's a lot of truth. And again, we got to, and this isn't a hit on Q, because we got to understand with these studios, you got other people putting input in these movies. Let's be real. Let's be real. You got other people putting their input in the script, they're putting their little dibs in. If you are dealing with a movie in Hollywood, you got people who are gonna, if you're getting any kind of studio paper or whatever, they're gonna put their input in it. Hey, how about let's throw this in there? Yeah, the part about the dude pleasuring himself watching Tupac. I know Tiny saw that and was like, I'm doing what? And who they get to do it? Terry Crews. And we see what Terry Crews get down is. Terry Crews had an exec touch all up on him. So there's certain people that'll go along with that. Yeah? Terry Crews has worn dresses before. Yeah? It's real. Boy, we got almost 8,000 people in here. Shout out to everybody in the room. We are in here heavy. Yeah, Denzel did a very famous interview where he talked about how they tried to put him in a movie early on where it was going to be something where they tried to lynch him. And it was, almost like a comedy, and he turned it down. And they're going to try you. So, yeah, our brother Katt was dropping truth bombs on Hollywood. He was dropping truth bombs. Now, there was some stuff that was, I think there were some things that were probably embellished, some things that were probably exaggerated, some things. Yeah. But there's a lot of truth in there. And him talking about how Hollywood deals with black people and how it's basically run like a plantation. And that brings us to the new Color Purple movie that's out, that's basically flopping right now. The new Color Purple, the musical, that movie is basically flopping. The budget was like damn near $100 million. It has made half of that, and the sales are plummeting right now. All right. The sales of that movie, they're plummeting right now. So they're trying to pretend that this movie is not flopping. And the reason why a lot of black people are not gravitating towards The Color Purple, we are in a new age right now. We are in an age of empowerment right now. And a lot of us are not trying to see these downtrodden, disempowering movies that are basically Democrat shill agenda films. And I'm hearing horrible reviews on the movie. I saw Bootsy said he went to the movie and walked out because there was an agenda in there. They got the rainbow agenda. Ain't no, man, we don't want no agendas, man. This is a different time and age because the first movie is a quote unquote classic. And to be honest, I've never watched that original movie all the way through because of the gender divide stuff that's in it, the anti-black male misandry in the movie that caused a lot of negative ramifications for black male and female relationships starting in the 80s. That movie kicked off a lot of negative relationship aesthetics between black men and women. Showed black men in a very horrible light. Didn't show sisters in too much of a positive light either. Kind of you're getting empowered, getting over adversity type of thing, but that wasn't really too empowering. The agenda was real. And right now, we're in an age where we're not trying to be badgered down with agenda films. We're not trying to be badgered down with these gender divide films. We don't want propaganda. And I think we as black people are becoming more sophisticated as far as a lot of the media that's being thrown at us. You understand? And truth be told, The Color Purple was generally a miserable movie. And we don't want to see a musical, miserable movie. We don't want to see misery and music put together. We don't want to see that. We're in a different time. There's a different energy. And even the behind the scenes stuff is miserable. You know, that old singing plantation stuff, that's not the vibe right now. We're in an empowerment age. This thing where these disempowering movies are made to be on some woe's me, white people, please take pity on me. Look how downtrodden we are. Hopefully there's a good white savior that's going to take pity on us. And we're not on that time right now. We're not on that energy right now. Yeah, they're not going to portray that movie as some kind of girl power movie. It's not. Black girls look to each other. Let's all lay up together. We don't need no old evil men. We can all lay up with each other sexually. Here's the problem. Y'all can't really sell that to too many sisters like that. See, that's what they're trying to sell to sisters. Hey, ain't no good men out here, but go find you a nice big buck strapping stud. Go find you a nice stud and lay up with her. You know? And here's the thing. A lot of sisters, you don't want no big back stud. You don't want that. You want a man in your life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Brothers, we want sisters in our lives. You dig? So, trying to sell that narrative, that's not working. A lot of sisters don't want to go see a movie with a bunch of big back studs singing and romping around with each other. You don't want to see that. You want to see that. Brothers don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no big back studs rolling around with each other. You're not, nobody, you can't sell that to us. You know? And even the making of the movie, The Color Purple, there's, you got Taraji P. Henson going on the press junket crying about not getting no money. That's not a good look. Just the energy of that movie is off. The actors are going around complaining how they ain't getting no money. the energy of that movie is off. There's another interview where they're talking about it's horror stories. This movie has a $100 million budget. The actors are literally crying about they ain't making enough money. They have to get their own rental cars. The studio made them get their own rental cars to drive to the set. I mean, they're running it like a real plantation. The energy is off. The actors are talking about how there wasn't no food. Hold on, let me play this. Hold on, listen to this. This is a horror story. They're treating them like they're on a plantation for real. Listen to this stuff. Hold on.
Taraji, as Blitz, our director, says. I mean, I have been watching her from the beginning. And to just have someone just be a guide for us, be our voice box. I remember when we first came in and we were doing rehearsal and they put us all in the same space. Like we didn't have our own dressing rooms at the time and they did not give us it. Sorry, Miss Ogun. We didn't have no food.
She had no idea.
She didn't know what was going on.
She had no idea. She was like, I heard about it.
Oh, yeah. And you corrected it for us. You corrected it.
Didn't I call you? Yes. And I was like, Miss O, we got to fix this. And she said, say less. And was it not
And
fixed?
that's what I appreciated, though. You were our voice. Because a lot of times, yes, I've done a lot of TV. I've done a lot of films, specifically independent films. But this is my first studio film. So sometimes you do come in just saying, okay, well, I'm going to just take whatever they give me. I'm just happy to be here, you know? But you spoke up for us, and you showed me how to do that. But what I've really enjoyed is your sisterhood is authentic.
Okay. That's pitiful. That's pitiful. And by the way, I think Oprah knew. I think Oprah knew and just didn't give a damn. Yeah, they've been embarrassing the hell out of Oprah this whole press run. Oprah, see, they like to put black folks up there like this is Oprah and Tyler Perry. They like to make it seem like they're in charge of everything. It's the white people in charge of it. It's the white people in charge of it. You know, let's be real. They make it seem like Oprah and those guys are the exact. Okay, when they put these plantation films together, they always got to put a black face in. Like, hey, this is the person who's producing it. They don't care about none of that stuff. They're like, okay, I'll be the black face. Hey, I'm the producer, guys. Oprah's phoning it in. All right? Oprah's phoning it in. I don't think Oprah gave a damn, to be honest. I don't really think Oprah gave a damn. Oprah's like the handler. Oprah's like the go-between. Because they can't call the white execs and say, hey, whoop-de-whoop. So they got to kind of shame Oprah. They've been shaming Oprah left and right. How you have $100 million film and no damn food? God damn. That's how much they care about that movie. This movie was an agenda propaganda film. They didn't give a damn about the actresses and actors in the movie. That just shows you this was kind of a rush job to get it out there in time for voting season, to push all the propaganda stuff out. This was a propaganda film that they rushed out there, threw it out there. They didn't give a damn about the people or nothing. Your Oprah's damage control. So they can put it on Oprah. So when all the janky stuff behind the scenes is going on, they can throw it on Oprah. How you gonna have no food on a big ass set like that? They didn't give a damn from the get-go, man. Hey, can we get this? We got a white supremacist in here. Get them out of here, please. Where are my mods? Come on. Family, our independent films, man, we don't have a fraction of them damn studio budgets. But boy, if y'all been on the set of any of my films, you know one thing, you are gonna eat good. Y'all come to our sets, and some of you in here, if you're in LA, you've been to our sets. You eat good on our sets. And we're small independent productions. But people are going to eat. We're going to make sure everybody's fed. And I'm talking about we got hundreds of people on set. When we did American Maroon, we had hundreds of people on set. We had a big cast and crew because it was like a war film. We had battle scenes and the whole shebang. We had a craft services tent. We had our sister Mika do the catering, and she does catering for the museum sometimes. Hell, we had that. People brag about how good our food is on our sets, but they up there embarrassing the hell out of Oprah. Lord. They're going through all that suffering, and the movie still flopped. So the Andrew Jackson dude. Oh, yeah. The guy who played Andrew Jackson. Shout out to he was very good, but boy, that motherfucker had a list of food. Oh, yeah, the guy, he gave us a list. We had to give him some specialty foods. Man, this dude gave us a whole list of what he could and couldn't eat. Yeah, yes, Tariq. Listen, I am a strict vegan, not a vegetarian. I'm a vegan. I don't eat anything remotely associated with an animal. If I eat any kind of egg, it has to be a tofu egg. It cannot be associated with any type of chicken. If I eat any kind of vegetable, it must be bought from Trader Joe's, the one location in Pacific Palisades by the beach in aisle 2. I cannot accept anything less. If I'm going to eat any kind of cabbage, it must have been homegrown in Costa Rica, and it must have been picked on the 4th of June before 2021. If I drink any kind of beverage, it must be hand squeezed with your left hand with a rubber band across your pinky finger so that the blood flow could not facilitate any kind of negative energy with the beverage. If I eat any kind of candy, it can only be maroon or purple M&Ms. I cannot eat any other color. This dude had a crazy list of shit. I'm like, man, Postmates this nigga some Chipotle and get him the hell out of my face. Get him an avocado salad from Chipotle and y'all go on and get the hell away from me. But he was very good, though. He was very good. Somebody said, Andrew Jackson, if you don't take this Popeye's fish sandwich and get your ass on set and get busy, man, please. I'm going to for real show y'all the list one day. I got to find the list, the email list. That shit was so funny. Like, man, if you don't get the hell out of here, I am not doing all that, dude. Yeah, no, we ain't got time for all that, brother. Yeah. But, again, man, they run these things like a plantation. They run these things like a plantation, dude. That's why we're in the age of empowerment. Right now, man, we don't want to see that downtrodden stuff. We are in the age of empowerment. It's very important for us to be on our empowerment vibe. Excuse me. It's about the movie American Maroon. See, we got movies like that. We're doing movies where you see black folks fighting back. We ain't seeing black folks all downtrodden. We want to see us fighting back. That's what we want to see. And the movement is very heavy. The movement is all about empowerment right now. And speaking of empowerment, a lot of people are still talking about that Cameron interview where Cameron was talking about he don't want to be labeled African American. He likes to be labeled as a Black American. And that has gone viral. And interesting, a lot of people, they're surprised that people are agreeing with Cameron. the rapper Cameron, a lot of people are actually agreeing with them. And a lot of people are shocked. A lot of people are, damn, foundational Black Americans are really on a wave right now. Let me play that clip. Fair use. This is Cameron, for those who hadn't seen it, talking about identifying as Black and not African American. And listen, a lot of people kind of got a little ruffled because of this. Hold on.
License, it doesn't have a...
Hold on.
Listen, man. Hey,
I'm
man.
looking at my license. It doesn't have a color on it, though. It doesn't.
Because your face is the color now. What year did you get your license? I don't know. Different states have different stuff.
Year?
We don't even got to go into the license. When you go fill out a test when you're in school and they ask you this, that, and third, this, that, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be totally honest with you. And I know we got to get back to our topics. We already a few minutes in. I'd rather feel in Black than African American. Because Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't.
And Americans do?
Well, you're American, Mace. You're born in America. When
you're American.
Go to the Olympics. And when I say African American, you over there, they call us Yankees and all that. They fuck with us, but we're not from the motherland. We're from America. So I'd rather say I'm a Black American. When we go to the Olympics as a country and somebody Black is fighting from the United States, you don't say African American, you say American. You don't even put a color on it. It's an American fighter fighting a European fighter, or China or Japanese or anything. You're known in the Olympics as an American. It doesn't matter what color you are.
Right. Okay, so you get the point. So yeah, a lot of folks was like, oh, damn. They see the delineation movement is very real. And this is not a diss to anybody, but the delineation movement is very, very real. Shout out to my brother McCall hitting me up. I saw Shannon Sharp and those guys talking about, Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco were talking about lineage too. The lineage delineation is real. All right? Yeah, he told Melissa Ford, you're not even from this country. This thing is real. This thing is real, ladies and gentlemen. And a lot of foundational Black Americans feel this way. And I think that's why a lot of the tether class, they're kind of upset with me because they think that, they feel, you, Tariq, you spearheaded this movement. You got a lot of people delineating. Family, this is a video clip. This is 2018. Look at this video. Well, this is me. This is 2018, family. And this is on my channel here. I did a video 2018 in January 2018, talking about Black Americans are on their own. And I'm talking about how there is a difference.
So I'm not trying to
disclude
other brothers and sisters globally, but everybody's looking to us. They're looking at our example.
This is me talking.
See, Black folks have this thing, man, it's so bad over here, we just need to pack up and go to Africa.
Right.
We don't understand in parts of Africa, not all parts, but the level of coonery that's going on in Africa right now. Now, I don't want to keep, I keep saying this, and I want people to understand the gravity of it. And I'm going to Africa this week, and I'm not saying everybody in Africa is cooning, because you do have people who are about empowerment.
Right.
But the thing is, a lot of the coonery outweighs the empowerment.
Right. Right.
And a lot of times we have to understand there are people who are Black who we think are down just because they're Black. Now, we know what situation they are in. We know what predicament they are in. Yeah. And a lot of times we think because they look and sound like us, we're supposed to bring them into the circle and they're going to be team empowerment. And a lot of times we bring these people around us and we think that they're on the team, or we entertain these people, and psychologically, they're team white supremacy all day.
Right.
Not only that, they have no psychological identification with us.
Right.
And I talked about this on my live show this weekend. a lot of people, and we're going to be very honest, who are from the Caribbean and who are from African countries, they do not identify with us, Black Americans.
Right. Family, this is 5 years ago. I've been on this wave for a minute. I've been on this wave early on. And not to diss anybody, just pointing out there is a difference. There is a difference. There's a difference. So this isn't new, because there's a lot of tethers. What? You just jumped on the... Why did you just start doing this, nigga? No, I've been saying this for a long time. Even farther back than this. I've been hitting up, battling tethers for over a decade. I've been on this. I've been pointing out the difference between us over here and other Black people in the diaspora. I've been on this thing. Yeah? And that's no disrespect. In this video, I even said I'm going to Africa this week, which I was. I stand on all types of business. I went to Zimbabwe right after that. And some of the Zimbabwean brothers and sisters, you know, they asked me, because I was saying, hey man, when I go over there, y'all better not be on no coon stuff. I better not be over there in this coon-babwe. Yeah? I've been very consistent. I went over there and told them, y'all better not be over here cooning. I said, I will change this country's name to Coon-Babwe. If I found out y'all over here cooning and bowing down. No, they were real cool over there. Yeah? They were very cool over there. Well, I ain't wavering on nothing. So us looking at our lineage is very important. And us acknowledging that we have a very unique lineage. And yeah, Julius Malema, love him. Love Julius Malema. Us acknowledging our FBA lineage, that's not to diss African brothers and sisters at all. I know we got some African brothers and sisters, Caribbean brothers and sisters in here right now. Much love and much respect to you. Much love and much respect. We're still family. Those are still my family members. Those are our distant cousins. It's all love. But we are still a very unique lineage. You understand? I love Zimbabwe. I absolutely love it over there. But we are a unique lineage. And us acknowledging our unique lineage, there's nothing wrong with that. You think? There's nothing wrong with us acknowledging our lineage. Boy, we got 9,000 people in here. We are in here heavy tonight. Shout out to everybody in here. Everybody, all the new people, I need you to hit that subscribe button. We got 9,000 people in here. Everybody, I got 227 subscribers. Let's get 300,000 subscribers by the end of the night. Let's do it by the night. Let's make sure we get 300K subscribers since we got all these people in here. Everybody hit that subscribe button and tell everybody else to subscribe. But family, here's the thing. One of the reasons why it's so important for us to acknowledge our lineage, because again, I've always pointed out how other people will differentiate themselves from us when everything is good, but when it gets bad, then they want to cloak themselves under blackness. The perfect example, that professor, that woman, Claudine Gay, who basically got fired from Harvard. You know, they targeted her, ran the whammy bammy on her, talking about she plagiarized this. And so they scapegoated her. There's a lot of ins and outs to this story, but basically there's this woman, her name was Claudine Gay, and she was, they made her the president of Harvard. And when they elected her as the first president, I want y'all to notice how they were reporting her. This is last year. Harvard's Haitian president, all right? Boy, they made sure Dean Claudine Gay, she was the Haitian president of Harvard. There's a lot of articles of them referring to her as the Haitian president or Haitian American. All right, yes, she's Haitian. But boy, when she had to get forced to resign, why Harvard's first black president had to resign. Now, when it's negative, it immediately turns black. When she has to resign, she's black now. Now that they're throwing dirt on her, it's black again. Now it's, let her still be Haitian. How come she can't be Haitian still? Let her be Haitian still. Her cousin is another woman named Roxanne Gay. Now, I didn't know that Roxanne Gay was her cousin. Now, that makes a lot of sense. Roxanne Gay is a known mammy, black man hater. Roxanne Gay writes a bunch of anti-black male articles. Roxanne Gay is a mess. So I just found out Roxanne Gay is Haitian too. That makes all the sense in the world. We've been calling Roxanne Gay out for years. And that's her cousin. So these tethers have been lurking among us doing this little weird ass stuff. And now when the white supremacists yank the rug from under them, all of a sudden they black again. Let me see if I can find something on Roxanne Gay, her cousin. Yeah, we've been calling out Roxanne Gay for years, man. Hold on one second. Y'all bear with me for a second. But yeah, Roxanne Gay is always writing real weird stuff about foundational black Americans. Hold on. Let me see if I can find something on Roxanne Gay. Ah, man. Let me see. Ah, man, where can I find something on that woman? Let me see if I can find something on her. I'm trying to see if I can find something. Hold on. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Let me see if I can find just a tweet or something that shows how we've been calling her. Here we go. I've been calling Roxanne Gay out since 2016 for years. So right here, here's a tweet. The New York Times commissioned one of their pretend black feminist writers, Roxanne Gay, to write a slander piece on Nate Parker. So yeah, they had her crapping on Nate Parker. Roxanne Gay, they get her, the white media gets her to be their attack dog on foundational black Americans. That woman has a long history of denigrating foundational black Americans. You dig? And that's this woman's cousin. And here's the thing. Come on, we got a lot of folks in here tonight. Shout out to everybody in here tonight. Much respect to you guys. What's interesting, now the media, they're wondering, hold on. They put out a very interesting question. Hold on. Right here, some of the media outlets. Harvard's first black president. Who will stand up to against the targeted takedowns? Because ain't nobody really caping for this woman. All right? Ain't nobody really caping for her. And see, this is why when you ain't got no grassroots connections, you just out there. Her and her family, they ain't really been friends of black society. We ain't supposed to jump up and put the cape on. They're wondering why we ain't putting the cape on for her. They're wondering, hey, who's going to stand up for her? White mommy and white daddy ain't going to do it. We're the Haitians. How come y'all not asking the Haitians to stand up for her? You see? Now look at this here. Why isn't the ouster of Harvard's first black president going viral among black folks? Maybe because Claudine Gay doesn't feel like she's one of us. Yeah. Yep. That's pretty accurate. All right. What are they saying in this article? Oh yeah, they got Mark Lamont Schill and all these people. Harvard's president must be a black woman. We're ranting right now. I'm trying to see what they're saying. Her battles didn't register among the black proletariat because she was the president of what's perhaps the most well-known Ivy League university, and one that's generally associated with inaccessibility among black folks in a country with a widening college enrollment racial gap. And we hear anything associated with Harvard, we think, hey, what does that have to do with me? Let me see. Well, no, I don't even think that's it. I don't even think that's it. They're trying to say, okay, this is the root now. I think they're trying to say the black community ain't really caping for because it's Harvard University and we don't feel a connection to Harvard. That ain't it. That's not it. That ain't it at all. That's not it. That's the root trying to make up a narrative. No, that's not it. We don't have a problem with Ivy League schools. We don't have a problem with that. We don't have a problem with that. Look, I've done lectures at Ivy League schools. I've done lectures at Yale and places like that. So yeah, we don't have a problem with Ivy League schools. The problem is that what the hell has she done for the black community? You dig? Her relative has done nothing but attack black society. She ain't from the soil. Nobody knows her in black society. She ain't coming from the grassroots. This is why grassroots are important. That woman comes from a culture where they stay away from us, the black grassroots, so we don't know her. You dig? We don't know her. She's not in grassroots black circles. We don't know her. You dig? She comes from an immigrant background. Where are the immigrants to stand up for her? Why are y'all not hollering at the Haitians? You dig? We rock with Cornel West. He was down with Harvard. We rock with Cornell. Yeah? We don't trip on that. Wasn't W.E.B. Du Bois from Harvard? We're not tripping on that just because she's down with Harvard. She ain't got no connections to the streets. Didn't Barack Obama go to Harvard? So yeah, that's a jive-ass excuse they're making. And we rock with Obama because of Michelle. That was his grassroots liaison, his wife. But yeah, we weren't rocking with her because she ain't rocking with us. You see, the grassroots acknowledgement, that's very important. We want to know who people are. Who are you? You haven't let your face be known among black circles. We don't know you like that. And we don't know you. We don't owe you. She fired 2 black male deans. Yeah, so that's another thing. I've been hearing little stuff where she's been going after some of the black staff workers and getting them up out of there. So yeah, she's not nobody to put the cape on. See, because that's why people have a problem with us delineating. We almost got 10,000 people in here. We're heavy tonight. A lot of people have a problem with us delineating because they want to separate themselves from us when it's time to get benefits. But when it's time for protection, they want us to come running with the capes. When the white supremacists are attacking them, they want us to come out here with the capes flapping. There's a video that's going viral over in Africa. And a lot of the white supremacists are kind of clowning in the comment section of this video. And this is very interesting. It's over in Africa. Think of the Congo, where the sister's over here trying to cross water on a couple of bamboo sticks, and then she falls in the water. And boy, the white supremacists are having a field day with this. This video right here. Now look at this. And in the comments section, boy, they're having a field day. Hold on. Let me turn the music down. Okay, so she's trying to cross over some damn bamboo sticks. Falls in the water. All right. And she has to struggle to get across. All right. So this video has 16 million views. It's going viral. The white supremacists are having a field day with it. All right. And in the comments section, boy, the white supremacists, how come they can't build? Oh, man, these niggas can't build a bridge. Oh, they can't do this. They can't do. So the white supremacists are having a field day. Now, all the non-FBA folks who stay up attacking us on our Twitter spaces, they're not in none of these comments. Now you look at these comments, boy, the white supremacists are going in on them. They're not, boy, the tether class, they're not in the comments at all. They're not defending themselves at all in these comments. And the white supremacists are going in on how incompetent, how do you not build a bridge? All you got, the men over there can't build a bridge, or they're going in. Says some of the tethers are damn near agreeing with them. Now, y'all stay in our comment sections going in on us. The minute we say, hey, we're just delineating, we're our own ethnic group, y'all flood the zone whining to us. But white mommy, white daddy are going in on you. And the thing is, we're letting you hold your own nuts because they ain't talking about us. See, they're used to, when the white supremacist starts attacking things going on in Africa, they're used to us jumping to the rescue. They're used to us going in there jumping to the rescue for them. We ain't really doing that. We're letting, hey, speak up for yourself, because they ain't talking about us. We can build bridges. In fact, some of the earliest bridges in the Americas were built by us. We built some of the earlier infrastructure. Go get this children's book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. This is why you need this book at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. We talk about people like Horace King, enslaved architect who built bridges to freedom, born in 1807. This brother right here was a enslaved foundational Black American who was also an architect who built a lot of the bridges, designed and built a lot of the bridges that's in the South and some of the buildings. So we know how to build bridges. And I'm not trying to diss y'all. So yeah, we know how to build shit. We've been building stuff. We go to even some of the maroon areas where white people weren't allowed, because some people try to use the excuse, well, the white people made you do it. In some of the maroon colonies, the infrastructure was set up, fortified, and in a strong manner. We had bridges and homes in places where white people weren't even allowed. Yeah? We had foundational Black Americans who were architectural geniuses. Yeah? They ain't talking about us. So y'all need to have that energy, the same energy y'all got in our rooms. Holler at them about clowning y'all. You dig? Holler at them about clowning you. You dig what I'm saying? See, that's why people don't like us delineating. They want to Africanize us so much. And look, we have African genetics. See, I'm not one of those people who say we have no African genetics. Yeah, well, of course we got African genetics. Yeah, we have African genetics. That's not a contradiction, but we have a foundational Black American lineage. You dig? When I went over there to Fiji, those brothers and sisters were telling me, and they were volunteering this information, they were telling me about their African origin story. They know that they came from Africa. They volunteered this information to me. They told me, man, thousands of years ago, our origin comes out of East Africa. We were mixed in with, what did they call it? It was a country over there called Tonga, something like that. And they were mixed in with the Egyptians, and there were some tribal wars over there where they had to leave, and then they got on rafts and boats and came out into the Pacific, and their specific tribe landed in Fiji. And the brother was telling me about how they kept a lot of remnants in cultural things from Egyptian culture. Sun worship, even the name Ra, they brought that with them, and they've named a lot of stuff on the island Ra. A lot of the Ra word is very popular on the island. They told me they get that from African Egyptian culture. You dig? So they're telling me this stuff. They understand their African story. They have no problem with it. But they understand that they had an ethnogenesis. They are now a very specific culture of people, Fijian people. You understand? They understand their culture. and they understand the African origin. They understand that. Same thing with us. See, when I say we're foundational Black American, we still have African genetics. Tanganyika, yes. But we are still a very specific ethnic group. And that's fine. I hate when people try to sit up and tell us what we're not. You niggas are just lost Africans. No. We had an ethnogenesis. We are a new ethnic group. Just like Jamaicans, they became a new ethnic group. This whole thing where we are not supposed to acknowledge our ethnic lineage, that's horse crap. Everybody else gets to acknowledge their ethnic lineage. You understand? We're not lost. We've been rooted and grounded here longer than some of these other people's countries have been around. See, if you go to if you're in my Twitter spaces, I'm always arguing with some of these guys who are continental Africans, but they moved somewhere else. And when they try to hold, you need to identify with Africa because you don't know who you are. We know who we are over there. No, we're going to have to keep it a buck. A lot of people don't really know who they are. Because a lot of the countries over there now are relatively new. Those countries over in Africa are relatively new. Those are not ancient lands over there. I had a debate with a tether the other day. Those are not ancient lands. Y'all been colonized and remixed. The languages over there are basically different. They come from different Arab influences like Kiswahili. That comes from the Arab invasion. So we got to understand a lot of the languages and the culture and the tribes that comes from invasions and colonizations. So you're not in a better boat. It's not like you've had your culture on lockdown and protected all these centuries. You haven't. That's why we don't let people come over and try to shame us that you have some kind of cultural continuity that we don't have. Foundational Black Americans have more of a cultural continuity than many of these other people, especially on Africa. They don't have the same cultural continuity that we have. Let's be real. You don't. That's why we can trace our lineage back hundreds of years, whereas a lot of them cannot do that. Yeah? And that's no disrespect. We got to get some straightening here. And another thing that people always try to dismiss with us when we acknowledge the Aboriginal lineage that we have here. The reality is there are Black people, and many of us, and I would say most of us, we have some kind of indigenous history where not only do we have the African lineage, but the lineage of the people that were here for thousands of years. We are 100% mixed in with those people. And we have to understand, not only were there red natives here, there were Black Aboriginal people here. And I'm not, and we do have a lot of Black folks who are trying to claim these red Native American tribes. That's whatever. I don't do that because those red Native American tribes, many of them have been infiltrated 100 and some years ago. They've been infiltrated by the white supremacists and the $5 white Indians. They're not even real themselves. They've been infiltrated. You know? So we got to be very real. But there's been, listen, the stigma that they put on Black people acknowledging their Native American heritage or their Aboriginal heritage, there's been a stigma on that, and they had to remix and get people's paperwork and change people's paperwork. And if they saw Black people or Native people who had any inkling of Black heritage, or if they had any inkling of them being classified as Negro, because we got to be very clear. A lot of people who were Aboriginal were classified as Negro. You understand? Yeah, you can't even find a red man now. But look, going into the 20th century, there were a lot of Black people who acknowledged their indigenous heritage, and there were a lot of indigenous people who were trying to hide the fact that they were classified as Negro, or they had relatives classified as Negro. Yeah, you had the Walter Pleckers and people like that. There was a guy, an actor. What was this guy's name? And y'all look him up. He was black and Native American, had a little piece of European in him, but he was basically he's a foundational black American. He was part Native American, and there was some, I think his dad was black, but I think his dad might have been Native American. They might have been Lumbee. What's his name? Buffalo Child Long Lance, something like that. I think he was from Chief Buffalo Child Long Lance. This guy was very popular in the early 20th century. Chief Buffalo Child Long Lance. He was a Native American, and the thing is, his dad was classified as a Negro. And he grew up as in a Negro neighborhood, went to a Negro school back in North Carolina, and he was under rigid segregation. But when he left, he kind of wanted to hide the fact that he had to go to a Negro school because he was still a Native American, but they would classify him as a Negro. So he left and kind of recreated a different tribal background. He said it was Blackfoot or something. I think he disassociated from the Lumbee tribe because the Lumbee tribe, a lot of them phenotypically look like black people. So I think he started saying he was a Blackfoot Indian, something. He kind of made up a whole different identity as far as the tribe. He just claimed a different tribe, even though he was really Native American. So he got accepted in Hollywood. He started doing movies. He started being invited to these upper echelon circles. He was very well respected. White people were bringing him around like, look at this, the noble, savage Native American. So they were parading him around. He was the belle of the ball. And then eventually some people started to question his native background. They started to question him and started to kind of look back in his background and found out that his dad was actually classified as a Negro. And then, they kind of started to unravel his story and saw that, okay, this dude had black in his family, so, the white people had a fit. Oh, God, you guys had me around this nigger. Oh, I had this nigger in my home. So basically, the guy fell off. So basically, they stopped inviting him around those circles, and the guy ended up killing himself. He ended up committing suicide out here in L.A. He was out here in L.A. and ended up committing suicide because, the jig was up. But yeah, this was a guy, early 1900s. And y'all look him up. But that stigma, they started putting that stigma on cats. Now, they didn't put that stigma on Iron Eyes Cody, who was a real fake-ass Native American. Now, Iron Eyes Cody was another guy. He's the crying Indian who was in that pollution ad in the 1970s. If you grew up in the 1970s, you remember an ad of an Indian on a boat, and he's crying one tear. Very famous commercial. And Iron Eyes Cody, that's his name. He'd been around since the 1940s and a whole bunch of movies. He's the noble Native American. Now, Iron Eyes Cody wasn't Native American at all. That dude was Sicilian. The dude was 100% Italian. He had zero Native American ancestry, but they didn't treat him the same way. Even though they found out he was Italian, they still kind of, they didn't do anything to him. They didn't disinvite him because if you're white, you can still be the $5 Indian. Yeah, you can be a pretendian for real. Now, black people, you can have a Native American mama, but if your dad black, you black. You have to disavow any Native American ancestry. But if you have African ancestry from 1,000 years ago, then you're supposed to claim the African ancestry. It's all over the place. Now, we got Native American ancestry. Don't you dare claim that. But you can claim the African ancestry from 800 years ago. Yeah? But the reality is, there were black Aboriginal tribes. Speaking of North Carolina, Virginia, there was a tribe out there in Virginia. And that's the thing. There were a lot of tribes that were just busted up. there were a lot of black Aboriginal tribes that were just detribalized, and they just busted the whole tribes up and said, hey, y'all niggas. There was a tribe, there was the Acomic tribe, I think I'm pronouncing their name right, out there in Virginia, the Acomic tribe, and they ended up calling them the Jingaskin tribe. And they actually, in the 1600s, from 1640 to around 1815, something like that, they actually had a reservation out there in Virginia. There were these black Aboriginal people who were a Native American tribe. From the Acomic people, they called them Jingaskins, and they had land allotments, and the white people got a little unnerved because this tribe, they were intermarrying with other free black people, who these free black people had the same Native American ancestry, but they were just labeled Negro. So this tribe were familiar with the free blacks, and they were intermarrying these people. They were marrying them. So now you got this black indigenous tribe in Virginia. It's spelled with an A, Atomic. I think I'm pronouncing it right. But look up Jingaskin, the Jingaskin people. You don't hear too much about them. They just kind of busted the tribe up. So yeah, out there in Virginia, they had reservations, the whole shebang. The problem was, around the 1800s, the white people out there in Virginia, they were getting nervous because with Native Americans, here's the thing. Native Americans could carry guns. If you're classified as a Native American, you could carry guns. Free black people can't carry guns at that time. At the time, free black people couldn't carry guns. So now you have these black-looking people just walking around freely with guns on this reservation. So the white people were shook. And they're out there in that part of Virginia where if a rebellion jumped off, the white people couldn't get the reinforcements they would need in time. So the white supremacists are very sensitive about backup and water and reinforcements. So if your back is to the water and you're kind of like in an island, peninsula area, and on this side, you got a swamp of some of these runaway blacks, and on this side, you got these Native Americans who look black with guns, hey, it's like, we got to do something about this. So early 1900s, they're like, look, y'all just niggas. We're going to have to detribalize you. This was the first time they started to detribalize people. The Jingaskin, let me type the name. Let me type the name of the tribe. Jingaskin. That's the name of the tribe, Jingaskin people. So they just detribalized them. Yes, the Acomic people, right. He spelled it right. A-C-C-O-M-A-C, the Acomic people. So the government just basically said, hey, listen, I know you guys are native, but y'all scaring white people. Also, around this time, 1831, the white supremacists really got shook because of the Nat Turner Rebellion. So they're like, look, y'all niggas, the tribal land, y'all had to give it back. That's our land because you're Negroes. Now that we classified you as Negroes, give us the guns back. We got to get this land back. Go and mix in with the other Negroes. They just pulled an I'm white and I say so on them. All right. So there's so much evidence. They even have a marker in Virginia of these people, by the way. I think they got a marker of them. So this stuff is very well documented. So when black people are talking about some of their indigenous ancestry, this is not us making it up. Yeah? And this happened all across the board. They were doing this. They just started to if you had some Aboriginal black people who'd been here for thousands of years, if they had an afro and a big nose, like, yep, that's a Negro. Go over there with the free blacks. Yeah? Because when you start looking at some of the numbers, the math don't be mathing. They told you in 1619, 20-odd black people came on a ship to Virginia. Here's the problem. By 1640, around that time, the census said there was about 2,000 black people in the same area. How did you get from 20 to 2,000 in a couple of damn decades. The math ain't mathing. How do you get to 2,000 black folks? There you go. Shout out to Nikki the God. She just put the ginger skin reservation thing up here. She put a map of it up there. Yes. So it's out there in Virginia. It's out there in Virginia. Yeah, Mildred Loving is classified as Mildred Loving, the whole Loving versus Loving case. Mildred Loving is a Native American, but she was reclassified as black. That whole case of Mildred Loving marrying the white man and all that, she was a Native American. Those Lumbees, and there's a lot of those black tribes, the Lumbees and the Musties. It was a Native American tribe of black folks called the Musties. The Red Bones, that's where we get the term red bone from. See, a lot of these terms are old terms, man. But we use the term red bone to describe a mulatto-looking person. Red bone was a Native American tribe. And the term mulatto initially referred to black people mixed with Indian, Native American. Black people who are from Africa mixed with Native American. That's what they classified a mulatto as. It wasn't black and white. Because remember, they're using the word mulatto back then. If there was a free person classified as a mulatto, how is that person free and a mulatto during that time? Let's just look at what makes sense. Because back then, a child was born had the status of his mother, and the women were slaves. So that's why the children were born enslaved. And if a white man had a baby with a black woman, most likely she was enslaved, the child would be enslaved. So if the child was a mulatto, it wouldn't be free, right? Let's just put two and two together. So a lot of the free black people that you saw, or the free people labeled as mulattoes back then, that was just a black mixed with a Native American. That's what they meant. And that they were free, that's what they were. That meant black and Native American. There's a Native American writer named Jack Forbes who has a lot of books on this, who breaks this stuff down. Yeah? But yeah, the Melungeons, that was another indigenous, semi-indigenous people. And a lot of white people tried to claim Melungeon because these were some dark-skinned people. And what's funny, they did some DNA tests on the Melungeons and found out that they had all that sub-Saharan African DNA. They kept talking about how they were, Native American, and then they saw that sub-Saharan African DNA, and then they stopped talking about them. Yeah? So real heavy stuff, man. Real heavy stuff. Boy, we are in here heavy. Look, everybody subscribe to the channel. Everybody subscribe to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to get your Rootwork deodorant. Get your lavender. Speaking of musty, let's get your Rootwork. We got the lavender, the blueberry Rootwork. Speaking of foundational Black American culture, we got the citrus charm. This is the deodorant from foundational Black American culture, Rootwork, that is infused with the High John the Conqueror root. That's a root that foundational Black Americans use for strength and healing for centuries here in America. Go to rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. And also, family, go to Hidden History Museum to get this book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. A lot of good stuff in here for you and your children. If you're in LA, you can just go down to the Hidden History Museum and go get you a copy. Hidden History Museum is on 2131 West Jefferson Boulevard. Come visit the Hidden History Museum. We're going to have an event there soon. I'm trying to see what kind of event we're going to have. But come down to the Hidden History Museum, and everybody can still go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com and make a contribution to the museum, because we still need that community support, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, man, also go check out the new episode of Bucci Bear here on my YouTube channel. Very funny. If you have not seen the Bucci Bear episode, go to my YouTube channel and type in Bucci Berry. Very funny episode if you have not seen that. But anyway, man, hiddenhistorymuseum.com, rootworkstyle.com. You guys have a great night, and subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel. All right, guys, puppy